it's Emma Jean. I know it's been a while, but I am glad to be back. I spent my weekend cleaning up my room. It was not fun, but now I'm in a different location. I think I like it. I'm going to be filming at my desk from now on as much as I can because I was filming on the floor, if I'm being completely honest, and that was not that much fun. And it hurt my butt. But today I'm going to show you, or no, maybe not show you, but I'm going to tell you, finals tips. We all hate them. We all have them. When you're in high school, when you're in college, you have to take finals for almost every class. It kind of sucks, but you got to do it. And even a couple of these tips, I asked my teachers, if you could give people any tip to ace their finals, what would it be? And a couple of those are on here. Now, let's get into the video because it's late and I want to go to bed. But I gotta get a video up for you guys because it's been too long. Okay. Tip is when you're studying, use dry erase boards. They're one of my favorite tools, and imagine, they are amazing. Okay, well, it's not really erasing right now, but I love my dry erase board. I use it all the time when you're trying to figure out math problems, especially. It's great because you don't waste that much paper and you can work through it. But also when I'm doing graphic organizers, trying to work things out in my head, that works amazing. That's one of my biggest tips. Another one, plan your study time. I use my planner, I use my whiteboards, I use my bullet journal, all of them to plan out how much I'm going to study each day. This year, I have my English final and my French final for this semester. I know that's not that many, considering I only have to take 2 finals out of 4 classes, but I did have to take 3 finals last semester, so it kind of evens out a little bit. But I plan my study time. If you want to see how I use my planner or plan with me in my bullet journal, comment that down below, and I would love to do videos like that. Because my planner and my bullet journal are the only thing that keeps me sane, which is kind of funny. Okay, let's move on. My next tip is to color code. Oh my god, I love to color code. It's the only thing that makes notes fun. So I have all my colored pens, all my black pens, all my pencils, all my dry erase markers, all my yellow highlighters, and then I have highlighters of all different colors, and this is all just upstairs in my room in my writing bin. I've got all of it in here. I've got Sharpies, any kind of writing tool you can think of, and it really does help make the notes fun. And if you can take neat, pretty notes, and believe me, you can find ways to do it, it makes it more fun. I look at Pinterest all the time, and I try and imitate people's notes to try and make them look nice. So, that's another big tip. We all make flashcards, whether it's on Quizlet, on Kia, on Chegg, on paper. I personally like to do it on paper, which you will see why in one of my later tips. Sometimes I use the big note cards, sometimes I use the small ones, and it is using a lot of paper, but if I use them a lot, and then a lot of times what I'll do is, for French especially, after I'm done with my flashcards, then the people in the French under me, I give them to one of my friends there, and then they can use them again. And then I hope that they'll give them to somebody else, if they're good flashcards, which I like to make. So, that's another tip. Okay, this might be the best tip I have. Stay organized. I know it's so much easier said than done, but if you can do it, it makes life so much easier. Doesn't matter if you have final projects, like I have in some of my classes, mostly my art classes, final exams, nothing at all, any last minute assignments, because we all know those teachers like to throw out everything they wanted to get into the year into those last couple weeks, and it is awful. It's so stressful, but do everything you can to stay organized, because it makes it so much easier, especially when you have 20 different assignments for each teacher floating around in your head, and you don't want to forget any, because all those last minute grades, that's what counts. Okay. I also like to create my own study guides. Sometimes my mom will do it. She'll write up like questions for me based off my notes, which is good because it gives me a different perspective of what's important. So if one of your parents can do that, a teacher, a friend, whatever, that's really, really helpful. My next tip, take short, keyword, short breaks. You don't want to be taking hour breaks, but if you can take every hour, you get 10 minutes, or every 2 hours, you get 20 minutes. However long you can go without taking a break. Wait, I'm sorry. However long you can go without taking a break without getting distracted. You can, every 2 hours, get a snack. Or for every 3 hours of studying you do, give yourself one TV show, or 30 minutes of Netflix, or 30 minutes of YouTube. Or when you take a break, go exercise. It's really helpful for your brain. It keeps everything moving in there. Let's see. Ooh, sorry, I was looking at my note card. I wrote these all down. I can't remember them. One of my biggest ones is to try and de-stress. Now, there are some really easy ways to de-stress by taking 3 deep breaths. That's what I do all the time in class. And it's great for whenever you get mad at people. If I'm like frustrated, I'm just like, do this last one with me. In and out. It really is helpful for me not to scream at them, which is kind of funny to think about. But there are other ways. If you like to do yoga, go do yoga. If you run, go run. Do a facial, take a bath. Whatever you do to de-stress, just do it. Give yourself some of that time because you do not want to go crazy right before your finals, or you will absolutely lose it. Okay. Don't wait until the last minute. Oh my God. It's so annoying when you wait until the last minute. For you, your parents, your teachers, everybody. Ugh, even yourself. Like, you are going to hate yourself for waiting that long. Well, maybe not hate, but you're going to be really mad at yourself for waiting that long because you're going to, all you have to... Alright, let's try again. All you're going to be able to do is study. And if you just start 2 or 3 weeks before your final, I try to start between 2 and 3 weeks. It's great. It's helpful. Then you can just do 30 minutes a night the first week, 45 the next week, and then just study an hour a night the week before, and the couple days before, try and study 2 hours a night, because that's pretty much all you're going to have to do, I'm guessing, for homework. But that really is the way to do it. Now, let's see. Ask your teacher for the outline of the final. I did that. It was so helpful. I was like, Mrs. Stevens, any Fairview people? You know Mrs. Stevens. I was like, Mrs. Stevens, do you have an outline for the final? I'd like to start studying early. Blah, 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 blah. Except I didn't say that. That's what I'm saying now because I don't remember exactly what I said. But it was something like that. And she was like, Emma, we still have 2 weeks left. We're still going to read Anthem, but here's the outline. So now I can study everything else that's not Anthem early. I started making a Quizlet. I started making paper flashcards. Like, it really is helpful. I did the same thing with French. I did it last semester. I asked before Christmas, and my final wasn't until like January 24th. So then I just had to break it apart and just practice the skills. Because a lot of times with a language, this is what I've learned, is that it really isn't like vocab when you get in the higher levels. It is just skills that you need to practice to become better at with a little bit of technique. So, ask your teachers. They will be happy that you are trying to study early. Eat breakfast. Have you not heard? That is the most important meal of the day. Like, there's a reason they're saying that. Eat breakfast the day of your final. Like, that will help you so much. Because if you're sitting there in your final and you're like, oh my God, I'm so hungry. Like, you're not going to be thinking about your final. And especially if you want to eat, like, brain power foods. Can't think of any of them but blueberries right now. But make some blueberry muffins. Oh, so good. And use real blueberries. Don't use like the blueberry muffin mix, because that's not real blueberries and it won't give you the same effect. Okay. Get enough sleep. Oh my god. You cannot fall asleep in your finals. That is a big one. You don't want to fall asleep in your final, because then you only get a certain amount of time and they'll probably give you a 0 or wake you up and it'll be really embarrassing. Either way, we don't want that. So do get enough sleep every night. You're supposed to get like 8 hours, I think, depending on the age. If you're younger, it's supposed to be like, if you're an infant, it's supposed to be like 10, and then younger, it's supposed to be like 7, and then a teenager, like 8 or 9. And then I don't know beyond that. I haven't lived then yet. So that is really helpful. Covered that. Okay. One of my favorite teachers, shout out to you, Miss Jones, if you're watching. Love her. She said, there's a way she always says it, and I can't remember. If you can explain it, then you can do it. So whenever I was doing environmental science last year, I would explain the concepts to one of my parents or one of my friends to make sure I understood it, because if you can't explain it, then you can't do it. Same thing with math. Try and explain the concept. Try and explain the problem. Try and teach someone else to do it. Okay, now, this is where I'm going to tell you why writing flashcards is probably better than doing them online. Okay, so these flashcards, if you write them, which you would be doing, and you should write them yourself, not having other people do them, because when you write something, it's like reading it 7 times. So that's really helpful. And there are some other like little final things, like little finals tips that are like on Pinterest that are like, you're more likely to remember stuff if you use a blue pen, and if you chew the same gum, then like you're more likely to remember, or like listen to the same music. I don't know if that's true. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but I know this is a fact. There have been studies on it. I think, at least that's what my mom said. This is my final tip. This is from the teachers. I asked 2 teachers, a math teacher and an AP Lit teacher, and AP Lang, and I guess just English in general. She teaches college level English. They said, do all materials that the teacher gives to you. If they give you anything to review for the final, do it all, because the chances are what's going to be on the final is going to be like what's on the review, and that goes for any test. That's so important. Okay. Well, that was kind of awkward. Why did I do that? I don't know. Okay. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. Please, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit that bell for the post notifications, because we all know my posting schedule is a little bit random. Hopefully it'll get better over the summer when I don't have school and sports and all that going on. I still will have sports, but I'll have more time where I'm not doing homework or going to school. And I'm planning on vlogging my trip to France, so if you guys want to see that, please comment that down below. Comment if you want to see the bullet journal and the planner. And also comment your star sign. What's your zodiac sign? Comment that down below. Let's see, is there anything else? Oh, and if you want, comment below if you have finals, when they are, and what classes you have. That's what I was trying to think of. Alright, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Have a great day.